podcast time. You already know that.
But, let's start this over. It's all chopped up. Let's start it over. It sucks.
Take two.
Yeah, take two. Okay. All right. Hey, we're from Wawaka Winery. We're back doing the Wawaka Experience show again. We've, Wires That Cross was the guest I was going to have on today. But me and my little employee, Carly.
So I'm your second option. Cool.
Yeah, you're my second option. Yeah. Plan B was my employee. But we're going to be talking today about kids and summer jobs and what's going on. So she agreed to it. So you're a kid with a summer job.
And I'm getting paid.
Yeah, you're actually getting paid to do this. I'm not getting squat. I'm losing money, by the way. Yeah. Well, anyways, we were talking about kids. How many of your friends have summer jobs?
Quite a few of them. More than I would have expected. Like even the Gomers that you wouldn't expect to want to get off their butt.
Yeah?
Yeah. I'd say out of 10 people, probably 8 or 9.
Really? That's higher than I did not expect that myself.
I'm not my friend group is a little more active than most.
Yeah, that's true.
So.
Well, last summer was the first summer you've worked here, and you've been my weed pulling, mowing. What else have you done around? That's pretty much basically.
Wash the dog.
Oh yeah, I've had you wash Anik. By the way, he's starting to smell again.
I didn't notice. I thought he smelled pretty.
But what was I gonna ask you? You got promotion here lately. How do you feel about that?
Pretty excited.
Are you?
I'm now not just a weed puller, but I get to mow the lawn and be your assistant and follow you around all the time. So
yeah, take my orders.
Woo!
Yeah. And by the way, you do know there's no pay raise that goes with that, right?
Yes.
It's a total title. That's all it is. Just I threw you a title to keep you happy. So far,
ecstatic.
But anyways, we want to talk about, because I mentioned, well, me and your dad, we're brothers, and we had, well, I guess he's had enough, yeah. But we grew up picking rocks, baling hay. Then we ended up at Lemon's Hog Farm, where we worked our little hearts out. Don't talk to Charlie. Charlie lies, by the way.
I've heard.
Okay, yeah, because it's one for me and Chris. Place wouldn't have been able to.
So it's like me for here.
Yeah. Oh boy. But what do you think? Good, bad, and different that you've gotten out of having a summer job?
I think it makes me more motivated to do stuff at home. So if I'll be over here all day, I'll go home and do organize my room, or I just feel more organized and more motivated to do stuff. So now that I have to do stuff at a job, I feel like I do more at home too.
Yeah. Well, that's cool.
Well, you can ask Dad. I don't know if that's totally true, but I feel like that's the case.
Yeah. Well, I asked him if we could call him on speakerphone, and he said absolutely not. We cleared this with our parents, by the way. I want to make sure everybody knows that I just didn't slap my little high school employee in front of the camera and said, "Do it." Annie, settle down. But well, anyways, because I've noticed, and I try not to complain about the younger generation, but I do.
You do.
Yeah. You do. But I've noticed, because we were just talking about driving around last weekend, there's immigrant workers around this area are doing the same work I did when I was a kid. It was a hard picking rocks, baling hay. Well, not so much baling hay. All the farmers do the big bales now, but detasseling. And son of a bitch, why can't the high school kids do this? it kind of made me upset because I am I looking at, in your circle of friends you got a lot of good workers, but in general throughout the high school that you go to, we won't say the high school, but choose your words carefully. I don't want you to get in trouble.
Right.
But in general, what would you say work-wise? I mean, work ethic. What do you think as a kid? You seeing? What do you think?
Well, it depends on who you're going to talk to, because there's different groups at my school, especially. So you've got the group of kids that maybe don't have the greatest home life.
Yeah.
They don't have the structure at home that keeps them out of trouble. So they're always the ones, they don't have a job usually, and if they do, they're usually not there. They go in and out of jobs. They're not in a good place. So they're getting in trouble all the time. So I feel like that's part of it. Like, the parents just aren't there for them. Another group at my school is the athletes that are more active and they're more productive. They're in their academics.
With athletics, though, you and your sister both in athletics, but your dad doesn't make it. You do it. Right. I mean, it's a choice. But this year-round stuff I've been seeing, I don't have a kid, but I'm like, son of a gun. As I've had a lot of parents tell me, well, my kid, he's working for a scholarship. Well, sports ain't the way to go, number one, in my opinion. I mean, there's more academic scholarships out there than are sports. I know one guy that got a legit, well, maybe more than one guy, but I can count them on one hand, people that I know that got legit athletic scholarships, not the little podunk schools that, those are a scam. It's an expensive school. It knocks it down a little bit. It's been I have had that told to me, and I looked into it. It's a scam. It gives the parents bragging rights, in my opinion. But this year-round sports stuff that a lot of parents have in mind, in my opinion, it's hurting. It's kids that, when I was in school, that sports were fun time.
Right.
I went to football practice and everybody thought it was so hard. Me and your dad, a handful of others, that was our break. That was our fun time. But, well, without complaining too much, I don't want to act like, it was so rough and everything, because the generation before me was telling me how lazy I was. But you were looking up stuff on internet, because we wanted more than just opinions. So the first thing you got up here is teenagers have stopped getting jobs and why. So what do we got in this article?
The biggest thing that I found in here was people generally will talk about my generation as they're just kids and kids are getting lazier. So you can rule that out by the different stats that they give you in here. The share of NEETs, which is
the share of what?
They're called NEETs, young people who are neither in education, employment, or training. It spells NEET. And it's been very steady. So there's not there's not a total like increase, decrease when you're looking at this. So there are as many kids in education, employment, or training as there has been in the past. So you can rule out kids being lazy because the percentage is steady.
All right.
The other thing that they talk about in here is why kids aren't in summer jobs, because it shows on here with these charts. Kids.
You were all thrilled you saw the charts.
Kids that, in one of these charts, it shows how it's decreased. So the labor force.
What's decreased? The labor force?
Yes.
Okay.
Like 16 to 19-year-olds labor force participation.
I'm following you.
It goes from 1950 up to 2010 in this article, and you can see how it was a drastic decrease from.
Where was the 80s?
The 80s are here, so.
We were. Look at how me and your dad was at a spike. The parents didn't want us at home. No, look how hard we worked.
All right. People will argue different ways that this has come about, that different generations aren't as lazy as others. When, if you look at high school standards and the pressure to go to college, it was much less in the 80s or the 70s.
Are you calling me stupid?
No. Here's another thing, though. You don't have to go to college to be smart or to
Yeah,
get a good job.
I got
I'm just
street
saying-
smarts. I'm joking. Calm down. You're taking this a little personal.
Whatever you say, boss.
That a girl. That's the attitude I'm looking for. Okay, go on there, assistant.
This article says, with tougher high school requirements and greater pressure to go to college, summer classes are the new summer job. The percent of 16 to 19-year-olds enrolled in summer school has tripled in the last 20 years, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics. So it's not just me saying it, okay?
Yeah.
The rise may be directly related to the fact that parents in high schools are encouraging students to take on more classwork, according to Ben Steverman, a Bloomberg reporter who covers teen employment.
Okay, here's my question. Now, you know me, I wasn't much for school. I didn't
Right.
like school. Me and your dad neither of us really liked school. What are you guys studying? How much harder is it now? Is it really harder or is it just different? Because here's now, educate me. This is an honest question. Here's how I look at it. Back when I was in school, we got to do a report. We had footwork. We went out, and if you didn't find a nerd to beat up and steal his paper, which sometimes happened by people I know, but there was actual footwork. You had to go out to the library, or you had to go talk to somebody to get all the information, this and that. And I'm like, well, school's much more easier because all you got to do is, type in www.imright.com and you can get whatever you want to prove right on your fingertips. Tell me how far I'm off.
I see what you're saying, because it is easier to get information to anything. It's more difficult to differentiate between the good sites and the bad sites, though.
Okay, so where's the difficult side for you that you see personally? This is kind of interesting conversations that I got an actual high school kid that I can,
Right. I do, well, when we're talking about standards, like how much more difficult you think it is or what it isn't, back in the day, if you look at the high school standards, we had to do a research report on this for one of my classes.
Oh, okay, so you've actually researched this. Oh, I got the perfect one.
Sure. Yes. Anyway.
Okay, before you go on, what was your grade?
Huh?
What was your grade before we go on this report?
An A.
Okay, continue.
Okay, what were your grades, Jason?
Continue.
But if you look at the high school or middle school, high school, elementary, all through your different grades of school, you'll look at the different standards. So kids that are learning, let's say they're learning how to count in kindergarten, they'll be moving more in-depth learning to different grades. So what I'm trying to get across is what you would have been learning in, let's say you were learning in 6th grade.
Yeah.
Now what
they're moving that back to younger age.
3rd grade.
Okay.
So they're cramming more knowledge into these younger kids and testing them on all these things that you wouldn't have had to learn until middle school.
Okay, because I will, in your defense, but I see what you're saying, and I believe you, because I don't remember much of kindergarten. It was
nobody does.
some years ago, but I do remember bits and that. And I remember I had a crush on my kindergarten teacher. She was hot, dude.
Anyways.
Anyways.
And
I was a player back in the day.
And still over here. Let's go back.
Okay, we'll go back to this. But I remember doing this stuff in kindergarten. I remember thinking, why are we doing this? If you can't do this, you're a moron, because I'm not kidding you. There's these 2 lines on this one sheet of paper. I don't know what they were trying to prove. They said, draw a line in between the 2 lines. I'm like, okay. And they really acted like I did something. So I'm following you there, because kindergarten wasn't that tough when I was a kid. It really wasn't.
Okay.
I passed with flying colors.
Kindergarten's a little different from 5th grade, 6th grade, because when you get up higher, that's when they really start to try and cram. When you're in kindergarten, they aren't.
Oh, I thought you were talking about they were really drilling the kindergarten kids too.
Well, it depends on the school you go to. I mean, kindergartners are learning more than they used to now.
Yeah.
But every grade's like that.
Yeah,
so.
That's true. I'll give you that. Yeah. Well, it's not a competition here. We're not debating. Well, we kind of are debating a little bit, but I'm all into hearing the younger generation too. Right. That's why it's kind of worked out, so you and I can maybe people get some of it, something from it. But what else? You were all excited doing a lot of research here before we started camera rolling. What else you got up there? No. What else you got going on up there? Anyways.
I did find a study about Hispanics getting jobs, African Americans versus white, and this is what I found. The white is the blue line, the green is the Hispanics, and then red is the African Americans.
Now is that okay? I see the bottom is the years. That goes up to 1980.
That looks like 1980, so it's an older study.
So what is this study? What is this study for adults?
It's just for teenagers.
Oh, teenager. I'm fine.
So
Oh, 16. I wasn't listening. 16 to 19 years old. Okay, but I will say we're talking 70s.
Right. So this is completely different than what it is
today.
I found it interesting, though.
Yeah, it is interesting because I will say that back then, well, around here, it's way more diverse it is now than it used to be. I had a couple Mexican buddies back then. There was over West Noble. I never even really thought of all this stuff as different races. I either liked you or didn't. I didn't say this is my Mexican buddy. Like my buddy Dave Pena. I'm like, that's Dave. I think sometimes as kids you don't think as much about.
Right.
But and the media plays a lot into that crap too. The media. Everybody's talking about how Trump's separating us. Bull. The media is separating us. This is kind of off subject, but that graph made me think. Back then, it was the society dividing us. I will say that because it's easier to. I don't want to say I was racist, but I didn't. The first time I ever seen a black guy in my life, I was 12 years old. I was raised in the middle of the woods out in Wawaka.
Right.
And when I was racist, I stared because I've never seen a black person in real life. We weren't as diverse around here. Now we're more diverse. I don't see why. I see why people are at each other's throats now. It's because the media is plotting everybody against each other. It's a media driven. It really is, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. And if you want to prove me wrong, prove me wrong. But I see a lot of just media throwing crap out there. I'm trying not to cuss because I got a kid here. But I will say that back then, there was more of that stuff going on. Because I'd like to see that chart now. Cause I don't give a crap if you're purple. If you're qualified, I'll hire you. I work with some good friends at work are Hispanic. There's some really good workers there, and I've seen some that aren't too.
Right.
On all colors. I mean, I don't care where you're from or what you look like. If you can do the job and make work pleasant, hey, I'm all about you, buddy. But anyways, that's my little rant about race, because I just think the media needs to check themselves before they start dividing us up anymore. And kids see this media, so you think it's getting ingrained into them, and no, I don't. I'm not falling for it.
Right. Well, that's what the kids are taught now, though. Like that's like when 9/11 happened, I wasn't even around. So
you don't even remember? That's weird to think that you don't even know about. You don't remember that.
Pre 9/11, like I don't know what it was like. I have nothing to compare it to.
Yeah.
This is all I've ever known. Everybody at each other's throats.
That's a good conversation right there. I never even thought about that because I just assumed this 9/11 was like just happened a couple years to me.
Right.
I still remember. The radio's on at work over at StarCraft. I was working there at the time. And when it all started, we all stopped working. The plant manager came out, didn't know what was going on, matter and all get out, started yelling at us. We yelled at him to shut up, and we're listening to the radio. And you don't, see, before 9/11, in my opinion, what can I say? We were a little more diverse than we were in the 80s. Maybe it's just me, as I didn't give a squat. I really didn't care what color you were. Mm-hmm. As long as, when I went to college, I actually went to college, by the way. I went a year, And I got good grades. I don't know how, but I looked at it as an opportunity to get to know other people.
Right.
Rather through school or through other activities that I did at college. And
Anyways.
Exactly. That's a good way to put it. But I had some friends that were from different cultural backgrounds and had some friends that I really liked. And then there were some people, I didn't care what color you were. I got in a few fights, and it wasn't color based. It was someone coming at me. The disagreements I had, in my opinion, now maybe from their perception, it was some white kid that, I don't know what they thought. I can't get in another person's head. From my opinion, you did me wrong, or you did something, or whatever the situation might be, and I won't fight like I used to. I'd throw down pretty quick back then, but it wasn't race-based. It wasn't.
Right.
That's what I'm getting at. It wasn't race-based. Boy, we kind of got off the rails there, didn't we? That was my bad. But anyways, let's get back to the original about kids. And so my question is, because you're saying college is more expected and everything, and a lot more kids are going to college now. Is that paying off, though? Is there any studies out there that showing that going to a 4-year college, is that actually paying off?
I had a class about this because I took a careers class, because in this class what you learn is about college, where you want to go to college, what kind of a job do you think you want to do, what kind of classes do you think you're going to want to take, how are you going to fund yourself and be self-sufficient after school. So during this time in my class, there was studies that showed on average people do make more money when they go to college and get a degree.
Okay.
But it is not field specific. So it's a very generalized.
Now, here's my question. People that get a job do make more money, but is college really increasing the chances of getting a job? Or, because here's my opinion, and I don't have anything to back me up, but from what I see that's going on, trades are the thing going, because it's hard. Excuse me, I've talked to many of my friends. I'm more trade driven, always have been.
Right.
So's your dad. He's an excellent welder. He knows tool and die, and he knows trucks. You need to know something about mechanical. Your dad's the guy.
Right.
He knows even more than me.
I can't believe it.
I know. It's just mind blowing. But anyways, back to my original thing. To me, there's a shortage of people in trades because there's a lot of places. Now, the RV factory, that's still a trade. I don't care. It is. It's run and gun. It's a trade. We're slowing down a little bit. It's not an economical thing. It's a.
That happens.
It's we flooded the market. Not us or our company. Crossroads actually we're pretty good about seeing what's ahead and planning accordingly. And there's a lot of other, well, I don't know how many factories are out there building those things, but they just been flooding the market, so we ain't got a place to put them. That's why it's slowing down now. But anyways, construction, welding, plumbing, electrical, a lot of openings, a lot of high-paying jobs.
Yeah.
I tell you what, trade school looks more and more safe to me. Now maybe that trend will go back to, it depends where the technology goes too.
Right.
Am I wrong? Am I right? From what you've seen, from you've taken classes on this.
Right.
I'm just going off by a willy-nilly opinion I get sometimes.
No, you're always spot on.
Okay, that a girl.
Right.
That's why you get paid.
Do my job.
Yeah. But what have you been told in school? I mean, what's out there?
I mean, honestly, even in elementary school, they had college week, and you would talk about what college you want to go to. You would talk about, like, it's ingrained in your head when you're that young that college is probably your best option.
Really?
yes, they don't, like, they tell you that college isn't for everybody, but then you'll get the little hints that you should go, you need to go, it's required, you should do it.
Yeah.
So there's nothing wrong with college.
No, I'm not
so many
trying
jobs
to bash
that,
college. Yeah.
I mean, right out of college, more times than not, from the class that I was in high school, this isn't a college class I took, this is just a high school class I took. They were talking about right out of college, you are more likely to get a job over somebody that doesn't have a college degree. So like your first job, it's gonna help you.
I question that.
It depends on
the job.
If you're going for physical therapy, then
absolutely.
It's a better
if you studied physical therapy and then I walked in on RVs, of course, they better hire you.
Right.
Because if they hired me, I would not go to that physical therapist.
But even like...
It depends on the job.
Right.
That's where I do support college. When you're going to a specific thing. Now, for a kid to go to college just to find out what he wants to do, no, you're burning money.
Right.
In my mind. You better have a plan well beforehand. If you're planning to go to college, you better have a plan what you're going to do after that 4 years. Because I know you don't, because time's going slow for you. I guarantee it is, because you're a kid.
Yeah, yes and no.
It's speeding up. I guarantee, because you look forward to all your milestones. You just recently got your license. So how long does it seem like it take to get your license? Took forever to get there. Bingo. Took me forever. Not. I mean, me and your dad were, but times were different. Me and your dad drove wherever we needed. Everybody knew how to drive back then. But so that was milestone 16. Get your license. Took forever to get there. Then, your next milestone is graduation. 16, 18 seemed like it took forever for me. It did. I didn't like high school that much, to tell you the truth. Me and your dad were both the same. We hung out with more adults than we did people our age. I mean, I have friends from school, don't get me wrong. But we were always the type, me and your dad couldn't wait to get to work or do something like that. We knew more adults than we did kids. So graduation is your next milestone. Took forever. 16 to 18 took forever for me. 18 to 21, and I'm not going to talk about it. Seemed like it took forever. After 21, stuff started speeding up a little bit. Didn't really notice. 30s, okay, I can handle this. 30s blew by. 40s, you remember me and your dad celebrating our 40th birthday party? How long ago does that seem like it to you?
Not even.
It seemed like last week to me.
Yeah.
Me and your dad, we're both, by the way, me and her dad were born on the same day, so we celebrate our birthday at the same time, half time. But,
how old are you?
48.
No, you're not.
Yeah, we're 48. We're looking at 50 straight in the eye, which I'm not saying is old, because I'm in great shape. Phenomenal shape. I got a perfect full head of hair.
Oh, yeah. Quite the stud you are.
Thank you.
Specimen.
But my point is, I do this, I ramble on, but I'm bringing it back. My point is, there's a lot more time after you get out of college, because it seems like it takes forever to get to college, get through it. It just seems like it takes forever. Now you got the rest of your life. You better damn well have a plan. You better do it when you're in high school, when you got time to plan that around. Because if your plan is just go out and get a job, or then there's nothing wrong with that. But go out and get a job. If your plan is learn a trade, which I suggest, do that. There's ITT Tech. I know they. I don't know a lot, but I know they're very good.
Yeah.
I coached for how many years? Many of my wrestlers, I said, tech school's the way to go for you guys. A lot of them were. There's this one kid that was a good mechanic, and I really wish he'd went. He didn't go. He said he wanted to do RVs, but I know he'd been happier being a mechanic.
Right.
But college there is a need for college for like
physical therapy
or something, being a doctor or something. I mean, there's some business stuff there too.
Right.
I went in, well, I actually got halfway through my teaching degree. I actually was going to be a teacher, and then I decided I will start beating kids because they're really starting to get on my nerves. And I thought, no, I'm not going to be a good teacher. So I coached for years, and I can't believe they let me coach that long. I yelled a lot. But anyways, I don't know how long we've just rambled on. Half of it is my rambling. But I know you pulled up a lot more, but we got probably...
Not really. I only had the 3, and they were all kind of the
same thing.
Yep.
And
talking about how teen involvement in summer occupations has...
Well, I think a lot of it, too, though, we can't just look at school.
Right.
We got to parent our kids.
Right.
How many times have your parents sat down with you and talked to you guys, you and your sister both?
Oh, yeah. I'll go out in public and I'll see these kids my age back talking to their parents or saying how they don't want to do something. I'll go to a friend's house and her mom will be like, hey, you need to do dishes, you need to do this, and then kind of back talk and won't do it. And I'm sitting there like, if I did that at home, I'd get whooped.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, yes, it's. And that's why, and I know your parents well. I know they wouldn't put up with that. But they've said, not just the discipline, which discipline is very important. I mean, parents discipline their kids because they love them. They don't want to end up being turds when they get older. Now, a parent that don't discipline their kids and want to keep them happy, no, screw it. I'm gonna say it. They don't love it. They love themselves more than they love their kids because they care more about what their kid thinks of them than what their kid's future should be. That's how I feel about it. You care more about yourself. You're a selfish person when you don't discipline your kids when they need it.
The good thing about my parents is I'll get the discipline when I need it.
Yeah.
But I have such a good relationship with them both. Like.
Yeah, they talk to you about issues.
There's respect there. Like I respect them so much that.
Yeah.
You get to a point where you don't even want to do anything to upset them because you love them that much.
Yeah, and that's awesome. That's awesome.
And I'll end up doing stupid things anyways because I'm a
Well, you're a kid. I mean, I'm going to give you a break on that. Me and your dad, I think we did that one stupid thing one time when we were kids.
That one time?
Yeah.
That one stupid thing?
Yeah. Let's just keep it at that. That one stupid thing. Well, it was his fault. We went airborne that night. You know about that.
That's the one stupid thing you're talking about.
When we jumped that bridge. If your dad didn't say what he said, we would have never jumped it.
Would have jumped something else.
Yeah, we would have found something else to jump. But, well, anyways. I don't know if anybody got anything out of this. It was fun. I'm glad you decided. You bored Anik. Anik, wake up. Slap him, get him up. Nope, he's out. No, I guess we bored Anik, so that proves how boring this was. But I'd say you get a free Wawaka winery hat, but you already got one.
Yeah.
So, now you get a attaboy from me.
Cool.
But thanks
I live for those.
Yeah, thanks for being my guest tonight and being Plan B for the. But you're going to be another podcast when we do the ballet dancing because we already got it all planned out.
Because I don't have to dance or watch you.
You're not going to dance, but yeah, they're going to teach me how to ballet dance, so that'll be here in a couple weeks. So, anyways, fist bump. Thanks, kiddo, and hey, have a good night, and catch you later. Bye. What do you think?
We went all over.
That's fine. Screw it.
That was funny.